Welcome. Hey guys, hold on. Coffee. Okay. Oh, I gotta plug you in. Plug you in like that. Alright. Plugged in. Coffee. I got the phone. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Okay. It's so warm here already. It's a little bit of a breeze, but it's humid as shit. Good morning. I'm gonna clean you. That wasn't your phone. That was me. Okay. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Fucking bro. Oh. Max. He's like all over the place today. How's everybody? How's everybody? We just did Pisces, right? Yeah. So we're going to do Sag. Hey, you're making holes in this. Enough. I know. You're like real cozy right now. He's just making himself at home. You know, it's like, what the frig? What the friggle sticks is that? I know. Claws out, you little fucker. Ugh. Yep. I don't think I was really thinking it through when I got a Saturn. Thingamajig. Anyhow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We got the world. I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands. How's your weekend going? How's it going? How's it going? Okay, it's going okay. Good. Oh, I forgot I was using this deck. I did that for the new moon read. The new moon that feels like the full moon. So much fun. So I want this deck. I'm going to start with Sag. Could be better. Well, let's hope it's about to get better. Let me put the fan on me because I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm melting. I got the whole world in my hands. And I have to remember to switch over the laundry. It's a must. Put the timer on. Mia has senior pictures today. And her jeans are in there. I had to convince her not to wear a t-shirt. I told her if she wanted to take one picture with a t-shirt, fine. But she had a couple outfits. I wasn't going to make her wear a dress. She's not a dressy person. But she got some nice tops. I went into the store for the first time. She's like, no, you don't want to go in that store. Sugar's really expensive. She knew. So she must have been in there before. And I was like, I don't care. Like, let's just, if you can find something that you like it's senior pictures, you know what I mean? She's like, my t-shirt's like $50. I'm like, well, you don't get a t-shirt in there then. Fuck that shit. I'm telling you. I don't even remember the name of the store. And it wasn't even that great. What was the name of the store where we got the green top? I wonder if you guys have one around you. I've never heard of it. Like, I mean, I like the top. Like, I'll take it afterwards. It fits her well. And she's a hard fit because of her chest. I typically don't go shopping with her. You might be getting sized up. I don't know what that's about. My sister does all the shopping. Like, Mia looked me dead in the eyes. I'm like, I don't want to go shopping with you again. She's like, you know what? You don't even help. I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Pick out your freaking clothes? You're not two. Like, I thought you had this under control. Everything I pick up, you're like, no. She cracks me up. That's the name of the store where we got the green top. I mean, I could go upstairs, but I don't want to go upstairs. She read it. It's just a matter of her saying the name. Good morning. But I'm hoping it's like, I don't know. The pictures are outside, so Altered State is called. I mean, it's going to be 80, 83 with pictures in the sun. It is what it is. But it's called Altered State. I knew it was something like, and it was brown, not green. She loves the color brown. But I didn't even think the store. Yeah, Altered State. It made me feel like it had like a spiritual name too. So I don't know if you're getting sized up, because I really felt the need to say that. And these clothes weren't even like that great. I mean, I didn't shop around. I'm not a shopper, guys. So some of these stores, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why did we even come in this store? This store was made for fucking Barbie dolls. Like, I'm thinking like, Mia's chest is enormous. So like, even a large, one of these stores didn't even have an extra large. I was like, this is a joke, right? Like, this is how, like, this is the impression we're giving the children these days. Like, you can't make that clothing 2 sizes bigger for somebody who has a big chest. Like, mind blown. She's like, well, once in a while, you know, it's a hit or a miss. And it really does with her depend on the shape of the top. And I think that's why she's always with t-shirts, you know. But there was at least 2 stores. At least. And it was like, okay, well, they made these for fucking Barbie dolls. Like, I was getting pissed. I was not happy at all. So I tried to take her into like Macy's, JCPenney's, like things like that. Like, and I think I took her in like a, I don't know, like a bigger store for like bigger women, Tilly's maybe or something. And I was like, well, you can get a small. You know what I mean? That's how the size of her breast, you know what I mean? She needs a reduction, but legally she can't do it yet. But everything else is huge on her. So that didn't work either. I'm like, oh, this poor child. And not to mention, I was just pissy with, you know, walking into certain stores and it being all for fucking Barbie dolls. Like, that's just not cool at all. Not fucking impressed. Another reason why I don't shop. Guys, I luck out at JCPenney's, and once in a while I will go to American Eagle to grab jeans, but that's because I'm already in the mall and I like the way a particular pair of jeans fits from American Eagle, and that's it. I'm not a shopper. I'm not. Like, this is boring. I'm never going shopping with you again. I'm like, thank God. Because I don't want to go fucking shopping again either. Like, I can, like, an hour in TJ Maxx, I'm out. It's got, like, a one-stop shop. You know, it's got, like, Home Goods on the other side. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need the mall. Again, just American Eagle to get my jeans once in a while. That's it. But it was like, I just haven't experienced anything like that in a long time. I was just like, let's go to the food court. I just want to go to the food court. I'm just hungry. I want Chinese. Let's go to the food court. Let's go. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Let's go. Who grabs 30 pairs of clothes and tries them on at one time? I guess that's the thing. I guess that's how you guys do it. Torrid, is that what it is? Yeah. I went in there. I wasn't impressed though. And I feel like it was like for much more older, like an older crew. And then like some of the patterns on the clothes were just like not great. Like a checkered board or something, like, but not like a Spencer's checkerboard. Like, so I was not impressed. And they didn't even have her bra size. It stopped. Her bra size for the bigger store stopped 2 sizes before hers. I was like, okay, this is why I pay $60 a bra online. But I'm like, that's not cool. So I have to make it work with other stores, you know, and just a hit or a miss. Like the type of tops that I pointed out that we got her, she's never even considered even trying on before. She's like, that's never going to fit me. And I'm like, it will. It's one of those tops where it's like the sleeve goes down like that, as if like you had wings. If you lifted your arm, you have wings. But I knew it was going to be very fitting. I knew it was going to be the way, I knew it would tuck her chest in the way she liked it. So I don't mind spending that kind of money if I find it. So I'm glad she found something, like 2 things. But I was pretty bent out of shape shopping, going into certain stores, and she's got to be like so disappointed with certain stuff. And like when I say like that, some of these stores were just straight up for Barbie dolls. I'm not shitting you. Like, I was pissed. I wanted to turn around and be like, do you not sell fucking extra large? Like, there's not one extra large on the shelf. Nowhere. Like, and then some of these stores, like Altered State, the one I went in, her ass cheeks were hanging out of her jeans. And her tag said Lizzo. I'm like, okay, so we don't have a dress code, but you want to charge $100 pair. You want to charge $100 for a little pair of fucking booty shorts that don't even cover your fucking flaps. Like, I was shocked. And I went into a lot of stores. I was like, let's just hit it. Let's just hit it. Let's just hit it. You never know. But I was not paying $50 for a t-shirt. I just felt like I was singing the song. Guys, tell me that's crazy. Tell me the price didn't go up to $50 a fucking t-shirt and I'm just out of date. Please tell me that that is extreme. I was like, you can get one if you love it. And she's like, well, I don't love it. I was like, then fuck no. No. So I know it's like, this is the Matrix. I don't know how you guys can relate to this. I think somebody might be sizing you up is the message I'm getting, but who cares about that? I'm more upset about going into a bigger store and not even in style with the smalls in other stores. Like, it's pretty upsetting. I know Khloe Kardashian has a website for like all sizes, but I don't want to buy things online like that. And she was wearing the mom jeans for a while, and I got her to try on a pair of skinny jeans, and she was like, she loved them. And she's like, I never would have thought. I'm like, well, you're not a big girl like that, Mia. Like, you feel like you're a big girl because you just, it's like this. So, I knew one of my girls would end up with breasts like that, but hers are still growing. So, and technically you gotta be 18, but they're still growing. It's like, oh, and she's not gonna be able to cut them down that much. Cut them down like it's a trim. You can only go so many sizes. Like, there's a lot. There's a whole thing to it that I didn't even know. Which is crazy because if you're a chick and you're a transgender, go ahead and chop your tits off. But if it's actually for health reasons and you have humongous breasts, you can't even go actually down to the size that you actually want because it's so drastic and they say it can alter your state. Look at Altered State. Oh, so you don't think it alters the state when your child wants to be a transgender and decides to just cut their fucking tits off? Like, this government, guys, is so fucking ass backwards. I felt bad for her shopping. Like, this is why I'm like, this is why you always are going for t-shirts. Like, I get it now. I get it. It's so disappointing. I'm just more pissed off with going in certain stores. And I was like, the store's made for fucking Barbie dolls. Like, I'm going to go check out and see if there's any flip-flops. I don't even know. It's pretty disappointing. So, and like I said, yeah, that Torrid didn't even have a bra size. So I guess you're not getting a new bra. I was hoping like I could find like a little push-up bra or something to just make it look like a little bit more. There's no way I can push those fuckers up anyway. I mean, I thought it maybe was going to be a thought. I don't know. But between my mother's side and his mother's side, every woman has had a breast reduction. I'm the only, and I was, out of my mom's kids, I was the biggest. So it's like, I don't even know how that happened. But I knew my children. I knew one of my children would end up with those. Whoo-wee. Not to mention the back issues. But it was just disappointing. Needless to say, I'm not a good shopper, and I'm not going to have to do that again. So I'm not upset about that. I don't like to shop. I shop online. It doesn't fit, return it. Although, I used to like Kohl's. I haven't been in Kohl's in a long time, though. And I want to say they're going out of business. It's just something about the mall. I don't like the outlets either. My sister's obsessed with the outlets. I'm just not a shopper, guys. I want to be in and I want to be out. But I guess she's never going to go shopping with me again, and that's okay. We can go. She said to me, the only type of shopping we're going to do next time is picking out cheese. I'm like, this is so my kid. We'll go into like a cheese factory. We'll go and pick out like smell cheeses, try cheeses, and some shops downtown. We can go in and try the cheeses. I was like, this is my type of chick. Yes, we will do that. We will go and taste cheese. And I can stay in a cheese shop for fucking hours. It's like having lunch. I get so excited. I'm like, it's like having lunch. You have choice. You want crackers? You want fresh bread? Like, I'm just like in heaven in a cheese store. In heaven. So, I'm not a shopper. I got dirt in my coffee. I replanted one of my plants and it was windy out. Want to see it? I gotta move it. It needed to be replanted. And I replanted the other one. I replanted the other one that's in the living room, but that one's like 10 times the size. So the pot's not that great. It's just like a potter. But it needed to be deeper. It was a random show. Oh, because coffee. I was like, that was weird. So if you think I got dirt in here, you're right. I do. Just drinking dirt. Hold on. Loki's down here. Kessel.
I don't think you can really bite them with no bottom teeth. Yeah. I was going to ask you about that. I was hoping that was good.
He's like, Ma, don't go far. Look at Loki. He's standing. It's all right, Loki. Come on. Okay. Get you, Loki.
Come on, let's go.
Cassie, you be nice. Cassie likes to swat Loki because it's her territory, which I get, but hold on, I just gotta feed Sheldon. There's something good coming. I keep waking up. This is probably the third time to my head. I almost just said I needed carotene, which is weird. What's that for your hair? I need is calcium. I don't know why I said carotene. Where's his calcium? What the heck? I don't know where his calcium is. It's gonna drive me nuts. He needed it last week too. And I was like, I couldn't fucking find it. Okay. I have to find his calcium. She said I keep breaking up. And that's the buffer. I thought Court said that. Did I? Oh, the 16th November. She's so young. School never let her change her name without my consent. I have a friend, her sister's 11, says she wants to be a lesbian. Big decision. Such a little girl, not even reached puberty yet. Yeah, I have a friend with a daughter who's, 12 and says she's bi. So it's just it is what it is. Everyone has their own opinion. I definitely don't want to have that topic right now, but I only brought that up because of we were talking about Mia's breast size. I'm not trying to embarrass her or if she was ever to watch this. Plenty of women go through that. It's not a topic like that. I mean, it's a topic, but you know what I mean? Because it's been so long since I went shopping with her like that, because my sister's a shopaholic. I mean, I can just hear Venmo, and she has shopped with the kids her whole life. Thank God. Because I've never once liked that. Ever. TJ Maxx for an hour. An American Eagle for 20 minutes. And if they don't have my style jean, I'm in and I'm out. I'm I smell the aroma and I'm out. So yeah, I mean, it is that pot is that's tough. Because for those who was jumping on, I was just saying how it is with Mia. She has to be technically legally 18, and then you can't even go down to a certain size. They're only allowed to go so many sizes at a time. You can't just be I'm going to go to a B. Or you can't, especially when, and she can't even have it done yet because they're technically still growing. Typically, they stop by now, majority statistically wise, but not hers. Okay. So it's almost you have to do it twice, which is just unnecessary. But then I was saying it's so ass backwards because you could have, high school or early 20s and be a transgender and have big boobs, but yet you can cut them completely off. But you're doing it for a health reason and you can't even pick your own fucking size. It's just, that's how this conversation came in, because it's just so fucking ass backwards. It's so ass backwards. It's very disappointing. You notice with my plant out here, maybe you guys can help me. I want to try to wipe it down, but I can't really wipe it off. If any of you can comment, and you guys are plant lovers. So, right in here, I know I can wipe that, but right here I noticed, I don't know if because they're getting larger, it's supposed to look like that, or it's turning sickly, because these ones are not like that. So again, this is the older side, right? So if anybody knows if that's how it's supposed to, if anybody even knows that plant, I don't know the name of it. The babies are like, see, this is like a baby one. Well, it once was a baby, but it's a baby compared to that one. And the bigger ones, so it's not really big enough to grow like that. Look at the leaves. So if anybody watches, along the way, and if you know, because I haven't noticed, it could just be them getting bigger. Yeah, I love plants. This one I was telling you the other day is growing the babies. I'm like, I couldn't be any happier right now with those. This one I absolutely love, and I fried it in the sun. I left it out all day one day. It's my Taurus and Venus. But I'm like attached to that one. I'm gonna be like talking to it. Hi, baby. I want to put it over near my bed. It's getting a little too big. I don't mind. I'm sure I want it to get huge. You know what I do kill though that I'm not good with? The tropical plants. You know, I'm not good with tropical plants. Just don't have the sunlight. So I have to get the plants that don't require too much light. These ones will grow so much bigger if I got fluorescent lights. But maybe when I have like my own place, so I'll figure it out then. You know what I mean? And I still want a little orange tree in the house. They're the cutest little tangerine trees. They don't get too big. They're so hard to find. I found one at the garden in the beginning of the year, but it didn't look great. And it needs full sun, which means it would have to go upstairs. And my mom already has so many plants that she's not going to babysit a huge ass fucking plant. I just can't take a huge part of her sun for my orange tree. That's going to be like a gift for me when I move and have like a lot of sun. I need the sun coming through the house, guys. I do. So yeah, if anybody can comment, if anybody knows that plant. A lot of people that watch this, though, they don't really watch the top. Let me just mix Sheldon's food. We're getting so close. I'm bummed they don't know where his calcium is. Oh my gosh. This is like, I don't know. It was like, it's all purple. I put the rest of his, I thought that was the veggie. Maybe it's the beets. I don't even know if he's going to eat that. I got a picky tortoise. I guess we'll find out. Oh, yeah, we have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Virgo. And I know you guys a lot of people are dying for turtle food. That was like vegetables, so that must have been the beets. Turn the beat around. I'm not sure. I bought like this little thing off of Amazon for tortoises, for leopard tortoises. It came with fruit, veggies, and flowers. It's just like a mix of things. I actually saw corn in the veggie one the other day. The fruit one he likes, but he doesn't like blueberries. I pick out the blueberries. He's a picky eater. And I just stick to his tortoise food. He loves his pellets. He's not big on like flowers yet though, or lettuce, which is crazy. You see baby tortoises chomp down lettuce. Again, he's picky, and he's a seasonal eater too. He will have lettuce once in a while, but it has to be mixed in with his food. I can't get him to eat any fresh veggie plain. Yeah, he's like a child. He's not the average tortoise. Yeah, I think I might download this app with plants. Like if certain ones are sick, like people will try water or plant food, but it ends up you just need a little bit of milk. You know what I mean? There's quite a few plants out there that do really well with milk. I think it's like $10 a month though, so it's not really worth it for me because I don't have a massive amount of plants like that. So for me to like, I just feel like it's $100 a year for maybe use maybe 4 or 5 times. Now, if I'm in my own place, the amount of plants I have is usually typically overwhelming, but it's not overwhelming for me. That would be different. A lot of them, they're gone, you know? I only brought my favorites. I have to switch over the laundry. We're going to start Saggies. Sheldon's still walking around?
Like a bagel.
Yeah, breakfast is ready if you want it. Can you talk to Dad?
Yeah.
You know it?
No.
He's going to eat breakfast. There you go, bud. Okay. Oh, thank you. Here we go. Okay. I got a Scorpio moon. That's what I believe. Yeah. I got 4 placements of Scorp, 4 placements of Taurus, and 4 placements of Gemini. I actually have a stellium. My Scorp is it's a given. Hi, sweetie. My Scorp just is like, people be like, how do you go from sweet to that? I'm like, it's the Scorpio. It's the Scorpio. It is strong and it is present, and I thrive off of it. So makes sense why I talk about a lot, right? All that Gemini. You think I'd be more stubborn with all that Taurus too, but I'm not. It must be just like where the placement is. And the Taurus is in like the houses, the fifth house. The Are you gonna tip that over? I'm glad you're eating it. You good, baby? You need help? You need help? Yeah. What are you doing? You want out? You're gonna eat? You're gonna eat breakfast, or you want out? What are you doing? Yeah, you eat. What are you doing? Mama wants you to eat breakfast. You eat breakfast, baby, and then you can come out. I only got one placement of Cap and one placement of Virgo. I'm a Capricorn moon. I don't feel like I have a Capricorn moon though. I mean, you know what? Probably because when it comes to my emotions, if I don't feel stable, some type of stability or committing to something, like that's like my strongest with I notice because Cap's more like, rules, finances, that type of stuff. But that makes sense on why, like, in certain relationships and friendships, it makes perfect sense with the Cappy, like with the stability and being reliable. If there's a little bit of like gray or I question something, that's it. Like we don't mesh. That's my moon. There's not much. That's not going to change. It's not a thing. You know. So no matter you don't have to have the synergy, but there's just some things like I don't know honestly if I could ever be with somebody who doesn't speak emotions but can feel it. And I know that's kind of like judgmental. Like if I feel it, I feel it, right? But if you can't express it and tell me like where you're at, if I can't feel stable or secure, it's not going to be a thing for me. It's not something I can change. It's not something I'm willing to change. Everyone wants to feel secure in situations, right? So if I question that and you question it for so long, like it's just not a thing anymore. I feel like a lot of people are having like epiphanies and waking up to things and realizing things and careful nobody wants to come in and dominate or try to like convince you why you should, or the energy is just like fucking wacko right now. Yeah, we all have every propensity within our chart, but it does matter where it's placed and how you utilize it. And I tell you guys all the time, you can go to Cafe Astrology, type in your information, it will give you your entire chart for free. You have nothing to lose. Like it will tell you, you can excel here. This is how you use this energy when you're meshing with this energy. Like it's reliable. Yeah, I don't know. I've dated all different elements, except for water. Charlie's water. It's probably why we meshed. Actually, Charlie was water. But it really depends how much in the chart. Like if you have too much earth in a chart and then water, that can, it can destabilize you too. So you got to know how to work with certain ones. And granted, guys, like I don't work with my chart and placements enough. I should probably utilize it more. But It is what it is. Look at my little cactus. Uncle gobble a lot of water. Just love my little cactus. He's just so cute. I just want to put like eyeballs on him. He reminds me of Gummy. He's just growing and flowering. He's just so cute, guys. He's just so cute, right? I just love him. I love my plants, guys. You'd think I'd be a green witch, but I'm not. But I'm not. Gummy. Yeah. Alright, Saggies. So the song that keeps coming to me is gonna be the best day of my life. Dun, 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 dun. So I woke up singing that. So there's something really good coming in, and I'm hoping that song is for me, just like it is for the collective. So this which one was it where I was like the sun? Something with the sun coming out or something. But yeah, I'm loyal to the end too. I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm extremely loyal in partnerships. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm not going to say to the extent where like I'm too loyal, because I think it's no such thing. So I'm glad I know how to find that balance between like if somebody can give this to me and somebody can't. Like I can only try for so long, before it's you're gonna start messing with my vibe and make me feel like whether you're really understanding it or not. Like I was thinking about that last night in bed. I'm like, I think it'd be easier like if certain people were actually playing games versus not really understanding. Because at least if they're playing games, they're smart enough and they're not a fucking idiot. And they know what I need. They just are buying time of playing games. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, well, that part sucks too, because then it's like manipulation. I'm not going to sit through that either. So it's like either way, I can't win. But I almost feel like I'd rather you were playing games, so at least you're fucking smart enough to know. Because there is some people, like, the way people comprehend certain stuff, like, if they're really not understanding the damage they're doing or what you're trying to say, you don't have a fucking shot. Of, like, to me, it's not worth my time. If I give you so much time and you're really not understanding how to perceive me or what I need, and it's not intentional, I feel like that's worse. It's harder, because it's like, there's something there, but if that part doesn't mesh, that's not a part you can fix, guys. It's not a switch you can fix. So that's why I'm like, I'd rather you were like playing games and eventually you learn your lesson and you grow up. I'm not going to be with you and hold your hand while you go through that, but at least I know you're smart enough to know better. Because all this energy that's been coming in and out for months now, like some of you guys, like people you've been dealing with, like really just are not like comprehending. Like the way you maintain and function is not the same as them. Like your thought process is not the same. And again, it's like, it's not a bad thing. Like that last read I did where I was like, you guys are just so damn different. I think it was the Pisces. And then I was mind blown because I haven't caught up with Natalie in a while, and I meant to actually post this and I had to go to work. She did like a half-hour video of like reptilians or something, like an astro chat. And I don't know if you guys heard that, for those who listen to her, but it was exactly like my Pisces that she did like 8 hours later. And then I started listening to something else and I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like we're on the same page again. Like, because we'll go off and on the grid with the certain stuff. So it's like sometimes like I'll say stuff and like I don't watch her video for a couple weeks and then I'll watch it and I'm like, oh, I just said that. I'm like, oh, so like I'm a couple weeks behind, and not behind. It's just like catching up in my story. But now I seem to be ahead of her story. But when that happens, it doesn't really help me with certain stuff because I can reflect with her. It's so hard for me. Like there's certain things like I just don't mesh, and then there's certain things I do. But the way I get her messages, it's not the way you guys or the public gets them. Some of you guys, even my spirituals, you're still getting them a different way than I am. Like, because I'm hearing it differently. Like I'm not hearing it like you guys. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's not like, oh, this is what's going on, because it's like everything's all the same story. Like after a while, like you have to dismiss that part, and I just look for certain words or expressions. But I'm having a tough time watching because of the whole hit the like. And it's my own personal thing, and I didn't want to mention it, but I'm mentioning it because I think it's important for you to know. It's either pushing you off the channel because it's not doing the opposite, right? So where's spirit going with that? This is why I said pay attention to the readers right now with this energy. Oh, if we don't get this many, I'm going to bed. Like, who? It's almost like threatening. I can't explain it, and then sometimes I sit back and I'm like, there's no way fucking spirit's like that, right? Like, but they have to be. So well, they don't have to be. She could be saying it's spirit, like, but I don't think so. But I don't know, right? So, and I know what she's getting at, but it makes me get to the point, like with certain people like Jen, I had to stop watching her. I'm getting that close to stop watching her because of that. But then I'm like, okay, do I find another reader that spirit can go through with certain stuff? I can, but so I'm trying to kind of, you was annoyed, right? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why that's happening for me, and you should figure out why that's happening to you, because it's like, okay, is that telling you, all right, I'm annoyed. This is her doing. Maybe that channel's not for you anymore. See what I'm saying? So there's a reason it's happening. And it's a reason it's definitely happening and why I brought it up again. So, and it's almost like I went back and then I fast forwarded through a lot of things just to kind of see without listening to the whole thing. And she's doing it with every video now. And it's okay. I'm not going to the next sign until I have 100 likes. Well, what if people are watching behind? Like, so I don't even know personally me how to perceive that. But for those who are watching her, you need to know that's a message for you. And how does that make you feel? Because I can have about 8 thoughts with that one message. Like I can have 8 thoughts to that one, like with her saying, okay, we got to get to 100 likes. And one was like, okay, so we got to get to 200 likes. But the reading was like 20 minutes long. So, and she says she's being guided to do that. Okay. But here's the thing, guys, everybody has to market themselves, but to an extreme in how it's happening, to an extent, not to an extreme. So I'm not, again, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm just telling you how I feel about it and how I think you need to question why that's happening and how do you feel when that happens. You paid for the month on the 1st and that night got blocked. That's weird. And you know what? This is why I stopped with Patreon and certain stuff, and I don't do the membership. And if I do it, I'm not going to do it yet because the monitors on there can still block you. But I noticed you're a monitor for her, so I don't know how you got blocked. So if you got blocked and you're finding her messages annoying, even though in a way we're relating, that can be spirit telling us just bounce off for a month or so and then go back and see, because it's being done for a reason, right? So you don't want to get stuck in that part of the grid either, guys. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is why it's so important to really like be aware of when you are watching other readers. And same for me. Like, if we don't mesh, we don't mesh. Like, some people would be like, oh, she's, too loud, or they're talking, or this and that. It's like, go fucking kick rocks, dude. I have fucking timestamps. If I want to chit chat with my fucking OGs, I'm gonna fucking chit chat with you. Like, this is me, this is us. I just felt like the TV show. This is us. You know what I mean? This is how we learn, I teach, we educate. I did it by following my gut. I didn't do it by watching other readers and how they do it and this and that. Like, I'm definitely my own type of reader and person, and that's how that's gonna go. And I still know that there's gonna be this massive push one day, and the timing is right for everything. You know what I mean? So to be like, if we don't get 500 likes, I'm not doing this again. But it's at the same time, she's saying, this is how I'm gauging things. And again, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. You can all have your own opinion. I just saw 50-50 with 57, 50-50 people. 22 likes. Okay, well, there's 51 watching you. I want 51 likes. Like, so there's one thing to market, and then there's one thing to be extreme. So I need you to be aware. And it's cool, but spirit has us. And when we're where we need to be, they can personally push that shit out. It's AI, guys. So I don't know if that's telling you need to take a break, because I'm considering. So that's telling me something too, because in all reality, I can go months without watching her because I can't catch up. So I don't need her to have, that was random, see? Tower moment. I don't need her to deliver messages to me to help me grow. Get what I'm saying? And I'm not there for the story, because the story is always going to be the story until you make a move or somebody else makes a move. And then even from there, it still takes two. Get what I'm saying? So to hear the same thing over and over, and then you hear some zodiacs where it's like, it's so different than the other zodiac. Well, how realistic is that if everybody has the same thing in your chart? So it's kind of altering your own state at the same time, because it's like giving you hope, oh, it's probably that person. But then you're still dealing with that. So you're not going to get that if you're still dealing with that. So you have to be realistic, guys. So please, I don't know how that is interpreted for you with her. I don't watch other readers. I have been slowly going back here and there to the other people that I used to listen to see if I can pick up on it on spirit. Because spirit, the one I end up going to, will end up going to that one. It would just take some time, but they'll get there. But I get almost like subliminal messages through spirit, through the cosmos, through that type of energy. It's not human words like that, if that makes sense. That's why, to me, it's disappointing. Like, what am I going to do? Because it's more the subliminal. It's more the grid. It's more the energy links, the waves, right? It's not the physical human English that she's speaking. So if I'm getting sidetracked with hit the like button or I'm going to bed, I'm not going to be able to receive my messages. It's one thing for her to be like, you might want to click off, we're getting triggered. That shit doesn't even trigger me. And it shouldn't trigger you because we already know what state other people are in. See what I'm saying? So if something else is coming in and it's annoying you, step back for a minute. Maybe Spirit's purposely pushing people off because they don't want you on her channel right now. But next month, when she's done talking about that, you're good to go back. Get what I'm saying? She could be drawing in a lot of people that Spirit want there for certain reasons, and she could be pushing away a lot of people, or you're pushing away because Spirit doesn't want you there right this second because she's doing other work for other people. Because there's a lot of people that think it's funny what she's doing. And like, yeah, but like to me, that shit is not kosher. Period. So technically, you're not really receiving your messages, even if you're going sign by sign. Because do you want to hear that between each sign? And then she makes one of the signs about that. So again, I'm not bashing her. I am giving you prime examples of what's going down with the readers. In the state it can put you in. Like there's one night I went to bed listening to her and I woke up the next day and I was not, I know it was from the read before because I woke up with the same things on my mind. And I knew better than to go to bed listening to, I usually put my music on, my rain, whatever, my fan. There's sometimes I can go to bed listening to her. But now it's because I'm getting messages different ways, so I can fall asleep and still receive the message. But because of how she was saying what she was saying so many times, then I knew it was, there's a whole nother reason for why that's happening. At first I thought it was to get money, but the cause of putting it on hold and purchases personal rates. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's banking. You know, there's a lot of views, and the more likes you do, receive more money. And she is telling the truth when it circulates and does certain stuff. That is, you know, that it does work that way too. Again, it's one thing to market yourself, but it's a whole nother to make it part of the read, right? So how can you be in a certain state of mind if you have to remind people consistently to like, share, subscribe? So now you're basically forcing your monitors and other people, hey, like this, like this, like this. I want to go to the next reading. Like this, like this, like this. What part of that is teaching you? Again, guys, I'm not bashing, so please don't take it that way. This Spirit makes me experience this stuff, and she just happens to be the one I watch, right? And I talk about and bring her name up because I've mentioned her to you so many times. I know a lot of you guys watch her, and some cannot, some can't deal, right? So this is stuff that needs to be talked about. Not every reader is ascending. Not every reader knows what's going on. a lot of people fall asleep to my things. I have people that paint in work and they just listen to my voice because it's soothing. It's not even what I'm saying. It's like they find it healing. You know? Yeah, that I can't, and that's just it, Bells, too. Like it's not us to really figure out like that. It's just like if it's getting to us like that, we're not really picking up on the reading. So there's a reason that's happening. You know what I mean? So you need to be aware because it's kind of forcing you to like pick and choose. Spirit's putting you in a position like, okay, now Courtney is giving you this, and it's not to scare you, but you need to be aware with the energy shift. Like this could be happening because you need to take a break for a little while so she can continue doing what she's doing because Spirit is clearly drawing in, okay? Drawing in what they want to draw in for certain people. Because for people to get all excited about that and certain stuff, like it's mind-blowing. Like a person that's fully awake is not going to think that's kosher. And you can laugh about it all you want, make jokes and say Spirit's telling me this and that. Like, okay, so now you're getting talked into that. So now you're believing that. But we don't know if that's the truth. Right? So it's a big message for me too, Bells. And it's tough. I'm kind of struggling with that a little bit because I can't get my whatever I'm getting, my downloads, whatever I'm getting. I can't get that when I'm hearing that. And then it's being brought into the read. So, you know, halfway through a read, she's sidetracked and she's like, how many likes do we have? So it's almost like, okay, I just said there was 50 something of you watching and the likes only went up, what, like 5? That's it, I'm done. You guys aren't liking this content. But how can you say that when thousands watch? That's gonna push you away. But for some reason, it's pulling people in. So you have to be aware of that, guys. And that's not just with her. That is going to happen to a majority of the readers that you watch. And when I'm deep in certain relationships and feeling it, like I don't even watch tarot. I watch tarot more when I'm single and ready to mingle and just like in my own little spiritual world. Like, hey, let's see what's coming in. You know? Let's see what's out there, what the energy is. Because when it's like, oh, something new's coming in, that can be your own side of you with a brand new experience. So that's why I just feel like the energy never lies. So if these stories and things are not coming into you for you, then you have to put that situation aside and think to yourself like, okay, so now because it really should always be about you. So where am I? How am I creating? How is that coming towards me? You know, that's why I just feel like Spirit had such, I just saw 0909. It was a 50-50 0909. That's why it's just so important to, you know, spirituality is not just taboo, but for those who are spiritual, you know exactly what I'm saying. And the majority of us have been single for years, dating, mingling, doing all that. But that's for us so we could grow. So when something comes in, it's not going to alter our spirituality. Because now we're in a state where if it comes in, and not really if, when it comes in, if that's what we want and choose, we need to find that balance. So I'm telling you, like, you need that balance in your life between home life and work life. So whether you wanted it or not, you're going to get it because that's a complete a complete you, complete life, you want that complete life, you want that full life, you're going to experience all of it. So you know, it's just how that's going to go. So it's not if, it's when for us, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, I think, like, when certain stuff comes in, it's like, I don't feel the need to read that. That I don't, because we're at the point where we're good. The right person comes in, like, we're good. Like, we're ready for that. It's not us being tested if we're ready for that. If anything, would be tested on, is this compatible? Is this what is this that person I want to give energy to? Because our energy is so freaking sacred, guys. And if our energy is unbalanced or unstable, it's going to unstabilize your entire day. We work off an energy grid. We live off of energy. We breathe off of energy. So that's why it's so fucking important. And I think a majority of us with Ascension, whether we realize it or not, we're there. Spirit has hands down absolutely moved us. To the point where you probably can't even relate to your last situation. So if that person is meant to be in your life, it's going to be a little further down the road, or it's going to be an immediate turnaround. And that immediate turnaround doesn't make you get like all excited and this and that. If anything, it's like, that's the shit you question more. Like, why all of a sudden, or this or that? Like, so it's like, that's why I said, like a time limit, if it's somebody you know, still has to be put on that in your own brain. Because it just, with the energy like this, it's really because of like jealousy and possession and the fear that they're going to lose you, or, you know, but sometimes, you know, you need the wind knocked out of you or certain stuff to realize you don't want that person not to be in your life. Is, you know, that person makes you feel better, helps you, you know, but if you got that energy around you that doesn't want to accept help or admit that or certain stuff, or because of their own trauma or their own past pain, you're still being put in the same position where it's not time. It's not you punishing them or us like it doesn't even go that way. But the matrix mind would tell you, oh, you want to punish me? Oh, okay. So if the matrix mind is still like, oh, this one's playing games, when you're being completely authentic and doing what's best for you, not your person right now either. We can't take the chance and fuck with our energy, because in the last 2 weeks, our energy has been messed with a friend, an ex, a past, a family member. I know for a fact, because when it happens to me, it happens to you. Why? Because it's energy. It happens to everybody. What I was feeling weeks ago, a lot of my friends are experiencing now. And I'm like, oh, I mean, yeah, I know they're going to need me. But at the same time, I'm like, I almost want to stay clear. Because again, it's their karma. As much as I love them. So we're kind of weeks and months ahead of people, guys. And typically it was the other way around. But now we're weeks and months ahead. So you're going to start now noticing energies trickling in, and you're like, oh, I know exactly what he or she is talking about. I experienced that last month. I experienced that a few weeks ago. So we have that, I heard, privilege for those who are like ascending in certain stuff. You have that heads up, so you know exactly what someone's going through. Because when you were going through it, nobody knew what the fuck was happening to you, as if like something was wrong with you. No, nothing wrong with you. You just experienced it first. So now you know what other people are going through. Do you want to bring them along for the ride? Are you going to play out 8 weeks of their drama and karma? You want to feel bad. You want to pity. You want to feel guilt. So in a way, it is a privilege, guys, because it gives you the upper hand, and not the upper hand to manipulate. It gives you the upper hand in order for you to continue to ascend, because you know exactly what type of energy is, what type of energy that is. And you know it's not something you're just going to step out of, because the majority of the time you think you can explain it and you can do that. And I have to tell myself, stop explaining. And see what I'm saying? Like, we had that message weeks ago. Like, stop explaining, because half of this energy is not even going to comprehend what you're saying. because they're dealing with their own ego. So they're not really absorbing what you're saying anyway. So you're wasting your fucking time. And it's okay to say that. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can't judge. No, this is the energy, motherfuckers. You fucking judge. And you judge them fucking hard because you're ascending. So if you don't want to judge, you're not really ascending. Because you have to make judgment calls in your life. You have to know what's best for you and your energy because it's energy. Energy will never go away. Like, for instance, the Pisces, who needs 4 fucking kings? You never know what you're going to get. One week it's this way, one week it's that way. One day you're getting this. That week you want that. You're not getting, like, and it's a complete opposite. You had the King of Wands with the Queen of Cups. And then the Queen of Pentacles is sitting next to the Queen of Swords. That energy does not mesh. So when somebody's like, oh, click, is that we're not meshing. Let me try going in this way. It's still not working because if somebody at the end of the day is not being authentic and they're strategizing on how they're going to come at you instead of just telling you the fucking goddamn truth, it's not going to fucking work. So it's going to become extremely frustrating for the ones that have ascended. So you need to know when to step the fuck back and not feel bad or guilty or any of that or how anybody else wants to make you fucking feel. You're not there to hold somebody's hand through their own fucking karma. Oh, hip, hip, hooray, you told the fucking truth. Good for you. You want a fucking gold star, dude? I'd rather have a fucking halo. I don't need a gold star I can stick on a fucking chat. So be aware. This energy is all angles. And I wish I could tell you more about the situation with the readers to help. But that's something you got to figure out on your own. Just like me, I got to figure out on my own. Can I still get those codes in the midst of being frustrated with what she's saying? Like, why the fuck are you doing that? And it's like she's seeing nothing wrong with it. So it makes me wonder, where's her state of mind? Okay, yeah, she's channeling, but she goes back and she watches her shit. A majority of us channelers, we do that because we need to stay aware ourselves. Like when I know I'm channeling hard in a video, I will go back and watch that because we need to stay aware. There's things that come out of my mouth sometimes. I'm like at left field. I'm like, I don't even know where that comes from. So we as readers have messages in our own thing sometimes. So I know she goes back and watches. So she's not naive to what she's doing. So what state is she in? Because sweet old little Natalie doesn't typically do things like that, guys. So again, it's not that she's doing something wrong. She's working with a certain grid and they're doing what they're doing. To me, she's not doing it on her own, even though it's her, if that makes sense. So you guys really need to be aware of what type of energy you want around you. And that includes readers. A reader can alter your state of mind and your energy. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. And I've always been upfront with you. I won't choose between the light and the dark. If you get a dose of dark, you're supposed to. If you get a dose of light, like we have a nice balance, guys. So if I felt threatened or certain energy, like I'm that type of person where I'd probably tell you, you know? And we always have the ones that come in with the big bubbles every once in a while, like, hey, I'm still watching over you guys, like, got you, you know? But you guys are not in this state anymore where it's like, I gotta tell you, all right, then go sit next to that rock and do nothing. We're not there anymore. We've expanded. So we're going to expand even more with this Jupiter retrograde, guys, for the next 4 months. I mean, we might not even recognize ourselves in a couple months. And that's okay. That's where we're supposed to be. I'd rather not be naive and be very highly aware of what's happening in the matrix. You know? You don't need to sit back and reminisce. I went through this. I went through that. You're already grateful. You've reached a certain point of like an acceleration. So it's like the people that have not are still going to try to come at you like, do you ever sit back and think of this, this, and this, and this? And it's like, I know exactly what you're saying, but I don't even have the patience to discuss that because I know exactly what you're trying to do. But it's something I'm already aware of. I'm already knowledgeable on it. So you're not going to change my point of view. We could have the same point of view, but you're not going to get me to alter the state of my mind and think about lower energy and how something went down for me to be appreciative of something I'm already appreciative of. I'm not going to reminisce on stuff I don't have or didn't have, and I'm not going to reminisce on less when I already have more. You can't manifest in that state of mind. So you have to be careful of who you're engaging with and what they're experiencing. It doesn't mean they can't be there for you, but you can't be there for them. But you need to be very aware of where their state of mind is. Because if you know that that's where they're at, like, that's not energy you just want to be meshing. Again, one's not better than the other. You just need to be highly aware. I almost heard like a hybrid. Use the hybrid. Use those instincts. Use that gut. Use the hybrid in you. You like, I don't know what that means, but be smart. And yeah, sometimes, making the right decisions for us is painful. And other people are not going to understand. Trust me, I've been dealing with that for the last fucking month with even friends, guys. Family. I avoid certain shit with certain moons. I know this fucking new moon is colliding like it's a fucking full moon. Energy like that, I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking man. I'm going to avoid, just shoot you a text. Hey, thinking about you. What are you doing? All good? Yeah. I'll be like even strategic on the phone, like talking to my sister, certain stuff, like change the, have a conversation, change it up real quick. Like she said something with something I know it can get to me or bother me. It's not me avoiding it. It's avoiding anything that I need to be aware of. Like it's me avoiding because it's not necessary to have because I know I'm going to get nowhere and I'm not going to frustrate myself. And you're only going to get frustrated and feel like, oh, you're not hearing me. It's no, I fucking roger that, dude. I hear you loud and clear. I just don't have it in me to explain myself. Get what I'm saying? So they want me to jump into Sag. They want me to keep this video separate. It's almost like, they want it separated. I almost heard Sunday chat or something, but it's Saturday. Amy, you're making me think of toilet paper. I love Scots. That's it. That's just it too. You wanna know what's crazy? You made me think of toilet paper. But here's the thing, guys. And this isn't above and beyond. This is one more thing before I shut this down and click off and do Sag with you guys. But I cannot stand like shaman and certain toilet paper. Like, I'm a girl. I don't know about you. The littlest thing can throw my fucking pH off, and then I feel like I'm not even wiping it anyways, right? But dating somebody off and on for like 2 years, like, can I have some fucking Scots? Like, the only time I got Scots in his house is when we went to the grocery store or something and I grabbed Scots, right? Ashley can't stand fucking Scots, but she always has Scots for me. Get what I'm saying? It's like, it's the little things. And it's not that that person doesn't appreciate me, right? I mean, they might not. But if I'm telling you, I can't stand this fucking toilet paper every time I'm wiping my fucking coochie at your fucking house. Like, do I really got to bring my own toilet paper? Like, after the 2 years of dating, I know it might seem like nothing, and it's not me being picky. It's really not, well, it's me being picky with toilet paper, but meaning like there's a reason for that. I got a big warm fucking thing up there that can get infected and throw my pH off, like with the littlest tab of fucking toilet paper. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal for me being that sensitive. So, but that's things Spirit wants you to be aware of too. The little things fucking matter, guys. The little things matter because it's my body, it's my energy, it's my hygiene, it's my pH. That's not me being nitpicky. That is a very clear message for you guys. It seems nitpicky, but there's a bigger reason for it. And if I'm telling myself every time I'm literally there and I'm wiping my fucking crotch of toilet paper, like, I hate this toilet paper, like, why did it take 2 years for you to realize where's the consideration? And you wouldn't think there needs to be consideration there. But if you constantly have people that come to your house that you love and care about, and you go down the toilet paper aisle, there's no way your brain's not saying, oh, let me just grab a roll and put it under the sink. Because that's what considerate and compassionate people fucking do. Unless you're just like, okay, you get what you get. But if you're literally dating somebody for a good amount of time and you're constantly there and you know it's like a thing, what is that person just laughing it off? Like, and it does seem so nitpicky to bring it up, but Spirit wanted me to bring that up. So when I say you need to judge certain situations, you need to judge certain situations, especially if you've been in it for a while. Like the last person I was dating was a couple years. Like, I look back and I'm like, all right, that seems really nitpicky, but it's like, all right, I kind of get what Spirit's saying now. Oh, well, did they go down the toilet paper aisle and they were just really that naive and you didn't come to their mind? Well, if that's the case, that's a message for you too. You know? So I don't know why that came out or needed to come out that way at the end of this little chat. But your own, you know, it is your vessel. It is personal hygiene. So it just, in my mind, it seems like crazy. But now that I sit back and think about it, like, should that even be a factor? In my brain, I'm like, no, that seems so ridiculous. But at the end of the day, if that's coming up and being presented like that it should matter. So that's like a little, like, even a message for me being like, huh. But like, I don't write things on paper like that or try to think of stuff like that because that's just like little stuff. Like at the end of the day, that big a deal, I can grab my own toilet paper. But like, if you're being intimate with somebody for 2 years and it's like every time you sit on the toilet, like, all right, little fucker, I'm bringing my own toilet paper. But if I was to actually buy my own toilet paper and bring it there, that's probably going to aggravate me. Why did I have to grab my own toilet paper? when you know? You can't just grab some? So even a message for me to decipher, but obviously, guys, not to sit with, but this is where your brain should be going. That's part of that awareness that spirit wants you to be aware of. And we forget about the little things sometimes. We want to bypass the little things. But I mean, honestly, I can't put that on my chart of a reason why I wouldn't want to be with somebody or this and that. But it needs to go on somebody's chart if you got one. So I'm not really sure what that's regarding. You know? In all reality, I'm saving your fucking septic system. And if you don't have a septic system, then fine. I just feel like that shaman shit, like, I can use a half a roll of toilet paper to wipe. That shit does not feel like it fucking wipes. I don't even feel dry. It's like soft and shit. It's like rubbing I'm just like, I don't need to cleanse my coochie area with lotion. It'd be one thing if it was like made with like coconut fibers or something. But that shit's got lotion in it. A woman does not need lotion touching her stuff. You know? I mean, it got to the point after 2 years. Don't put tampons down my toilet. I spent 2 years. You're going to keep telling me that? Last time I was there, I flushed a fucking tampon down his toilet. One tampon. Fucking, here you go. Yeah, I'm sitting on your fucking toilet. You're going to tell me again after 2 years not to put a tampon down your toilet? Flush tampon going down your fucking toilet, motherfucker. A morning one, a nighttime one, and a morning one. There you go. 2 fucking tampons. There you go. Yep. That's where my brain was. Oh, you want to tell me that again? Flush. I can be a little bit of an asshole like that sometimes. But in all reality, like, you don't got a septic system, this and that, like that little tampon's not going to hurt you. You're going through fucking 2 rolls, fucking 10 rolls of toilet paper a fucking week. You're worried about my little fucking organic, natural cotton fucking tampon? Fuck you. Don't tell me after 2 fucking years not to flush a tampon down your toilet. I was there 3 days a week. I fucking know. I know tampons can't go down the fucking toilet. Flush. Fucking. That's the Scorpio in me. I think one day I'm just going to let one fucking float. Pick it up yourself, motherfucker. So yeah, court. That's a Scorpio in court. You're going to get a fucking nighttime tampon and a morning tampon, okay? I'm not wrapping that shit up and like, no. Nope. And he hated it. I used to pee on his lawn all the time. I'd get out of the hot tub, pee. Who the fuck wants to dry off and go inside? I'm a fucking camper, guys. I'm going to get out and I'm going to squat. And it is funny. I do every summer. I would have a little spot of like burnt grass, like where a dog would pee. So he would yell at me. But that didn't change either. I'm not going to dry off and run in the house and go to the bathroom when I can get out and squat. This is Courtney. I don't even think that's the Scorpio in me. That's part of the Taurus. I'm just going to fertilize the lawn. So, yeah, he gets a tampon every once in a while. And then you can look at my grass stain and wonder why I'm not there. That's the Scorpio in me. I've been squatting my whole life, guys. And yes, I'm that chick that pees in the shower. I pee in the shower. It trickles all down my legs. I pee in the shower. Okay? I pee all over my legs. And then I clean it. All right? I'll pee with you in the shower. I'll give you the respect and tell you I'm gonna pee and we can switch sides. I think I remember the first time I told him I peed in the shower. He was like, "You don't fucking pee in the shower." No, dude, I pee in the shower. Are you kidding me? It's amazing. I just wiped myself up. I didn't have to use toilet paper. Are you kidding me? I try to pee in the shower more often than you think I do. Totally peeing in the fucking shower. That's why I use soap last. Because I want to pee in the shower. It's refreshing. You know? Feels so good. Totally fucking peeing in the shower. And don't think I haven't peed in your pool, because I fucking peed in your pool before too. And don't think I probably haven't tinkled in the fucking hot tub, because I'm pretty sure I have. There's enough chemicals in there to fucking flush that urine right out. And I'm pretty sure it's not even concentrated, because I've been drinking fucking a 12-pack of fucking beers, so it's pretty much like water. So yeah, there is sometimes I'm peeing in your fucking hot tub too. Okay? Not that often, because it's a hot tub. It's gross, but there's been times. But don't think I haven't peed in your pool, because I have. So there's that. Okay? And yeah, I'm gonna get out of the hot tub and I'm gonna pee on your grass. You wanna know why? Because then I get to get back in the hot tub. And it's, once again, it's like being in the shower. I don't even gotta wipe. It's fucking perfect. It's so ideal, right? It's so perfect. You know? Remember when we were a kid, we used to get scared, where the parents would be like, we have something in the pool, so if you pee, it's gonna turn purple. It did work. It did work, but I'm an adult now, and I know it's not a thing. So, you wanna know why adults do that? Because they know that they used to pee in the pool too. That's why. Okay? Because there's been plenty of fucking times, like, even my kids, like with swimmers and stuff, and I gotta go pee, and it's like, Mingya, like, just pee in the pool. Like, it's bad enough, you know? Like, my kids, like, we've camped so long, like, when it comes to the lake and when it comes to, like, the ocean, we're not that people that are like, we gotta be closer to our bathroom. No. We stand up and we go in the water and we pee and we do a little wiggle, 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 and we come back out. Like everybody else at the fucking beach. Okay? Don't fucking kid yourselves. You want fresh water? You gotta go a little further out, because everybody's doing it. To me, it's not even gross. You got fish pissing and shitting, geese pissing and shitting, and you're worried about your own fucking pee? It's probably washing E. coli off your legs. So you're probably doing yourself a fucking favor by peeing on yourself. I ain't shitting you. I guarantee you're doing yourself a fucking favor. So, anywho. And that's the way it is. Okay? So now we're gonna fucking do Sag. I'm gonna bounce off and we're gonna do Sag. Okay? I want a Saggy to do me. I don't think I've ever been with a Sag. I mean, everyone has Sag in their chart. I think I really want somebody with a lot of Scorpio, guys. I'm telling you. Like, there's just, I think, like, we need to have, like, a dating profile of, like, that goes by zodiac. Not for compatibility, but for your needs. Like, it's if you can find someone to fulfill your needs, then everything else can be a compromise, right? Did I just come up with, like, astro dating? Yes, right? just find that energy that can, if you guys can for real fulfill your needs, everything else can be a compromise. True story. Yep. We're not crazy. We're fucking real. We know what we want. We need what we want. We all deserve to have what we want. So I feel like it should be a thing. Like, you can't, like, it should be part of the, like, the whole, like, verification of your license and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you got to verify that you went into the system and used their chart, like cafe astrology. Like, we're not fucking around. We want to, you know, satisfy our needs. And if you're willing to compromise, I'll compromise. There's got to be, I'm telling you this, you got to be able to find a match there. I think that's really a thing. Right? All right. Well, let's see how I mesh with this energy. 6, 4 placements of Scorpio. Woo-wee. Got you. We can go into that depth. Like, let's hold hands and go into the clouds. I need that person. I need that person. Like, because I can be with somebody and be like, I want to take that magic copyright, and they'll look at me like I live in La La Land. Motherfucker, I don't live in La La Land. I don't want to live in the Matrix. You want to know how you manifest? Putting yourself on a magic fucking carpet, guys. That's not unrealistic. That's the Neptune. That's certain stuff that you need to manifest. That's real life. I gotta fold Mia's laundry. It just stopped. Perfect fucking timing. I'm gonna shut this down, put another one right back up, and I'll get the laundry while people bounce back on. All right? Love you. Be back in like 30 seconds. Love you. Right? For realsies. For realsies.